Hello, and welcome. I'm Leanne Schweitzer from Our Family Rides, and I'm here with Caitlin, and we are so excited to share with you a little bit about what we are up to these days. So we both, we've been internet friends. We've been internet friends for a little while now. We actually got to meet in person in Las Vegas a couple of weeks ago. It seems so foreign that it's been a couple of weeks already, but we actually got to meet each other in Las Vegas for a convention. And I don't know about you, Caitlin, but it was pretty life transformational for me. I've just like things have been slowly unfolding, and so I'd love to hear one of your biggest takeaways from that event that we got to experience together.
Oh my gosh, Leanne, it is so good to be here with you today. And it's so funny, like you said, we've known each other for probably about a year now on social media, been following each other's journeys. And just 2.5 weeks ago, we met in person in Las Vegas at our work convention. And it completely transformed my mindset on, this business and the way that we see the future of our businesses. And so, one of the biggest takeaways for me is really just seeing all the people that I've been connecting with throughout the past 2 years in this business. And I see them in real life for the first time. And in Vegas, it was just so real, like, of course, I have so much belief in the business already, but then seeing them in person and hearing their stories and hearing kind of like their trials and their challenges, it made me feel more real, and it made it feel more like, we all come from, whether it be struggle or hardship or challenging times in our life. But we choose to overlook those, and we chose to really hold ourselves high for a stronger vision and a stronger impact on the world and an impact on our families. And it just was really heartfelt, to just hear people's stories of where they came from, and really understand the legacy and the longevity of this company and this business that we're a part of, and that it's attainable for everyone. You A lot of times people think that it's, hard, or it's, there are challenging times, but it's attainable for everyone. The biggest thing that I learned is you just have to have a why, a reason why you want to get started, and you have to stick to that why more than anything else. That has to be your guiding force when
So,
you
so what
start.
is your why, if you don't mind?
Exactly.
What
Yeah.
is your why?
What's my why? My why is my family, really, and to be able to spend time with them and to create my days. That's a very broad, beginning to the why, but my why is to be able to take care of my family and to not see stress or not see worry on their faces. I grew up in a family that my parents were divorced at a young age, and my dad raised me, and lots of work, right? I never got to see my dad, and even to this day it's like work, work, work. And I truly believe deep down that there's more to life than just working, and I don't want to find myself or my husband get to an age in this lifetime and, wish that we could go back and redo those years because we didn't get to live our life to our fullest potential, or to experience those things because we had to work or we had to choose over making money over our family. And that's really my strongest force is my family. I just had my first child, my son, last year, literally a year ago. He turned one this month while we were coming home from Vegas. And it came full circle, and it really solidified why I'm doing what I'm doing, and because I was able to bring him on this trip with me. So it was just one of those things where it's like, I don't have to choose between raising a family and making money anymore. I'm able to provide that for my family, and I'm able to provide, the vehicle for even more freedom, and to be able to be fully present with him, and then tap into a community and connect with other people around the globe that are able to really give us that experience. So,
Yes, I
yeah.
hear you, sister. My why is so, so similar, right? I know I've known for a while now that I've always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, right? But I didn't want to have to, choose between surviving off of one income and being a stay-at-home mom, right? I wanted to be able to have that thriving lifestyle, to be able to show people that they can have a successful business and have a thriving, happy family life, right?
Yeah,
Because we like, we all say that money doesn't, solve problems, but in reality, money solves like 99% of all problems and gets rid of like that worry and that stress and that, fear of all those things, right? And so it's okay to desire to have money in your life, right? And that was, we spoke to one of the big things that was transitional over the weekend in Vegas was mindset, right? And that was one of my big takeaways too, of just like surrounding ourselves with all of these people that, the only difference between them and where I was a year ago is mindset, and just believing that anything is possible, because it is possible. The only Even the word, right, even the word impossible, it says I'm possible in it, right? Like,
yeah,
one of my favorite quotes is from Henry Ford, right? Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are right. And that was just one of the really big driving forces, right? All of the people that were speaking up on stage, they were so different. Like every single leader like led a different way, which is really cool to just see such
yeah,
this like diverse and wide variety of people coming from all different stages of life, right? There were people that were, on stage like really speaking to the online opportunity, and then there were people from like generations back that were all like, in the top earners in the company that were building their business completely organically and doing, in-person things. And I myself had never experienced an in-person water demo. And then we met this guy who actually lives here in Bend, Oregon. And so we started doing these live demos. We did our first one like a couple of days after we got back from Vegas, and had phenomenal results, phenomenal success. People are just blown away, right? Because we can speak and speak and speak about this water all day, but in all honesty, it feels like people just really have to like see it to believe it. And that's what I witnessed during this live water demo. And so if you're here
that's
in
so
Bend,
cool.
if you're here in Bend, ever, we are going to start doing these once a month. Just really cultivating this community of people, of like-minded people, and bringing people together, because that's what I'm a yoga teacher, right? And so I love community and bringing people together. And so that was one of my big takeaways, is like incorporating these water demos and just showing people the power of what we really truly have at our fingertips, right? And my other big takeaway from Las Vegas was my favorite speaker of all time was Mr. Oshiro. And
I love that.
so cute on stage, just like 80, this man is 82 years
Yes,
old, and his vision is to keep going until he's 120 plus years old, and he's gonna walk, he's gonna keep walking, he's gonna keep moving. And he's been drinking this water for 49 years, and he has this 500-year vision, generations and generations and generations to come. And so another piece of my why actually came when I saw that there was legacy income,
yep.
right? I had never even heard of this
I know,
before.
it's so amazing, it just keeps building. It
Mhm.
really is, and to see the compensation plan, the monthly income, it's for life. That
Mhm.
monthly income, one of Leanne and I's mentors, Balaz W. Cardos, he just got recognized for a really, really big rank inside of our company. And he gets a monetary value for life, for the rest of his life. Of course, he's going to keep moving up and up and up because he's successful and keeps pouring energy into this business for himself. But if he gets to a point where, he wants to stop or wants to slow down, and then God forbid something happened to him, or when he gets older, he can gift that income to his daughter, to his, entire family, and they can continue to benefit from that as well. And I think
Oh,
that's
that's
true
that's such
legacy.
a great point, right? Like, especially as us as parents, right? Tomorrow is not guaranteed, and you have no idea. Like, not to like put anything out of the universe, but like if you and your partner were to both pass away, like in an
No,
accident, you never know what tomorrow is going to bring. And so having that safety net to be able to have this willable income that you can pass on to your kids for the rest of your life. I don't know about you, but that is when what I've been calling into my life, because I just want to be able to give my daughter the best life possible, and I want to
yes.
Yeah, it showed
Yeah.
what's really possible in this world.
And better than what we had, right? As we were when we were children, and not to say that, my parents didn't do a good job, but you learn, right? Every generation you learn, and you take the good and you leave the bad, right? And so I think nowadays, actually, I know nowadays there's so many ways to be able to earn an income, and the way that we do business is so different than the way that they've done business, 50 years ago, 60, 70 years ago, and it's constantly evolving. They didn't have the internet, they didn't have social media and Facebook ads and all these different tools that we can utilize to scale an online business to benefit ourselves and to benefit our family in a massive impactful way. And we're just tapping into that, I think, especially now with even the new technology, right? AI even it's just all a learning thing for all of us. But if you ride the wave and continue to, you know, not I don't want to say follow, but like lead yourself through the changes and the evolution of the way that business can be done, you'll always succeed because you're always learning. But if you just kind of stay stuck and like a stick in the mud and you refuse, whatever you resist persists, and it's going to just, you're going to just keep being stuck in where you're at. So
Yeah,
I
no,
think
it's such a good
that's so
point.
true.
Like we're really like things are really shifting right now, right? I like to say that, the recession is just like everything has to crumble in order for things to be rebuilt, and we're on the verge of this like this great awakening, right? This next shift in perception, and we get to be the leaders, and we get to be the change makers in the world, right? It only takes 1% of the world to make a massive change and a massive impact in the world, and I'm just so excited that we get to do this together, right? From two different parts of the world, right? You're all the way in Hawaii and I'm in Bend, Oregon, and we've got people partners in Japan, and we've got partners in Bali, Indonesia, and we've got partners in Mexico and Canada, and literally
South
all across.
Africa and New Zealand, Australia, and everywhere that you can think of, they are a part of, there's people there that are a part of this global online community. And I really think it's super special, Leanne, that you had mentioned a little bit earlier about community, because I think, creating a community is so, so important, because to know that you're not doing this alone, right? You're not doing this business, you're not doing life alone. You're doing it together with a community of like-minded individuals, but also people that also own their individuality as well. And we all have our own little flair on our brand and the way that we do business, but we all come from one big intention of wanting more and making a big impact on this world. And I think just having that common denominator among us all, and coming together and wanting to change the world together, I think is so powerful. And community is really, really something that's important these days as well, because everyone is going through some kind of shift after the last 3 4 years that we've had in this crazy world. Enough said, right? It's like we need someone to lean on. We need that community to uplift us and rise from our challenges and become that best version of ourselves. And to be able to earn an income and to work on ourselves and our personal development along with it, it's like you're literally growing with a business. You're growing a business and you're growing yourself as well. And I think that's so powerful, because you don't always get that. You don't get that in school, you don't really get that in a corporate setting, or an employee setting as well. It's like you go into work and you clock in and you clock out, and you're not really working on yourself, you're just getting the job done and going home and doing it all over again. But here it's like you're constantly forced to step out of your comfort zone and grow as an individual. And then how can you lead other people and how can you impact other people around you? And yeah, I think it's really powerful.
Yes. Oh my gosh, so so powerful. And I'm just so excited for what comes next, right? You spoke to, the what we've been conditioned to think, right? This employee mindset and all of these
Yeah,
things. And that gets to be our old story, right? We literally get to rewrite our story every single day. We are co-creators with the universe, and we get to decide that that's not my story anymore. And I'm going to write a new story, and it's going to be incredible and amazing and so, so exciting. And we get to change the world.
yeah.
And so do you have any last words before we close up?
No, one thing that I do want to say is, whether like you said today, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. And there's this whole new paradigm of the world and the way we go about life and our lifestyle. And I just encourage you to really think outside of the box or think outside of what you're conditioned to believe, because there is a whole new world out there when you step out of your comfort zone. And I know that I can speak on behalf of Leanne and myself. We have experienced that whole new world over the last, year of us being in business, but also it came to fruition and it came to like a really big realization 2.5 weeks ago when we met everyone in Vegas, and it just became like the best, put a lot of momentum in us for sure. So, yeah,
Yeah.
no, I'm grateful we were able to jump on this live call and just share a little bit together. And yeah, if you're in Bend, Oregon, tomorrow, I encourage you to go to Leanne, reach out to her, get to that live demonstration. We are going to be hosting a live demonstration actually in Maui very, very soon. Stay tuned for the details for that. But like I said, encourage you to just get comfortable with feeling uncomfortable in life, because that's really what's going to push you beyond your scope of reality and get you experiencing new things.
Yes, be open to change because nothing changes if nothing changes. And
Yeah,
so we're ready for you. We'll
so
see you.
excited. We're here to support you. You have a big community. You have mentors that have gone before you and all of the support you need. So you're definitely not doing this alone. And I'm excited for you.
Yay,
Thank
me
you,
too.
Leanne.